Hello and welcome back to the finishing line.
Oh, there
and Tom is late.
He's there. Look at him. There he is.
Tell you, you'd never be early, Tom.
Never early. No, it's a waste of time. No point being early, lads.
Oh, wow.
You need a haircut.
Desperately need a haircut. I'm going to get one tomorrow, actually. I couldn't get it off before the weekend. It would have been way too cold.
You're too long sitting in the German airport waiting for your bags.
Oh, I've been wearing my bags.
About an hour and a half, I'd say, waiting for the bags. Absolute nightmare. Yeah, that's not good crack.
And was it a good? Was it a good weekend?
Yes, I would highly recommend Munich. The Christmas markets were class. It snowed the day we got there, and then was like -6 the whole time, basically.
Oh,
but the snow was class. There's like half a foot of snow on the ground. That was really fun. But yeah, really cool city, really safe as well. Like we were walking out of parks at like midnight from bloody Christmas market events, and like, you know, really, really safe. So yeah, good venue and a good spot to go to. I'd recommend it.
Did you lay off the beer?
Yeah, I didn't have too many beers actually. I had a couple. I went to the beer house, the Hofbrauhaus.
I just went to a beer house.
Apart from the beer house, I had one or two. And then had some mulled wines, keep you warm. Yeah, good spot.
Sean, how are you doing?
Good, Dave. It was good to have the racing back after probably the best part.
Literally his catchphrase.
2 weeks with no racing. It was getting very boring, lads. So we were treated to a good Monday today.
The last 2 Saturdays were terribly boring.
Yeah, we had the Healy Way.
We had the Cork in the middle, but
yeah.
If we didn't have that, now it would have been wow.
Andrew, how are you?
Grand. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Grand.
So we actually had some decent racing today. Punchestown card, the John Durkin card was rescheduled, and we are going to talk about that. First things first.
I'm a winner.
What?
Sorry, it's a song.
Fucking hell. First things first. Davey Russell's retirement. He was on the show with us before, and we would all like to wish.
He was.
He was. we would all like to wish him a happy retirement. It came, I suppose, a bit of a shock, but seemed by his statement and everything, he had it all organised, and it was next winner, I'm Gonzo, and that's the end of that. Some good interviews on the racing and racing TV and stuff today. We're going to talk about some of the good rides he had over the years, but unbelievable jockey at Cheltenham. He's very good at Cheltenham. I think 25 winners at Cheltenham. Numerous Grade 1 winners, 3-time champion jockey, and God only knows what else in between. But
2 Grand Nationals.
Yeah, well, sure. Look, I was going to talk about Tiger Roll, but you stole it off me.
Sorry.
Me little friend Tiger. But I think his best ride for me, I know some people probably say Lord Windermere getting him up on the line, the Gold Cup. It was the ride on Diamond King in the Coral Cup years ago for Gordon Elliott in the Menorah colours. Remember that one? Weaving in and out of traffic. It was an unbelievable ride. Tom remembers it, I'd say, do you? No.
Remember the horse, yeah. Don't remember the ride, though.
Yeah. You remember the Grade 1.
Was he black?
The horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's...
What else is going to be black, Davy?
Yeah, I meant the colours. But yeah, what do you want to say about Davy? Sad to see him go. Last of the golden generation.
Last of the golden generation. It was a surprise and not a surprise in the same way. A surprise that he done it now. A surprise he went on this long after what happened to him last year with his neck. I thought he would have at least went to the Dublin, or not Dublin Race Festival, but done it at Christmas time if he was going to do it, instead of doing it on a Sunday at Thurles. But look, one of the best national hunt jockeys we'll ever see. Unbelievable rider. You can put him up front, behind, anywhere in a race. He's savvy as anything. Just a top class rider, plain and simple. Like, to me, I think that his best ride ever. How in the name of God, Lord Windermere won a Gold Cup, and how in the name of God he got him to win a Gold Cup, I would never know. He was tailed off with a circuit to go. Crossing the line, he was the first one to cross the line. And he must have some negotiation skills or done a voodoo spell in that stewards room after to keep it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But look,
right.
one of the best jockeys. He's probably, you'd have Ruby, AP, Barry, then him all the time.
Yeah.
So happy retirement, Davey. You deserved it, boy.
Couldn't
Not that
argue
he's
with that.
watching or anything.
Sean, will you miss Davey?
Yeah, I think it came as a big shock. I think that everyone but I like the way he went out at the top of his game and he didn't fall away or anything. I really admire that going out while he was still going strong. And I mean, like, they had the likes of Jordan Gainford there. I think it'll give them opportunities coming through, and it's good to see that they will. And Davey in a handicap, you always look for him no matter where you were. If you thought you were going well, you looked around for Davey. But just one of his good rides I went to recently was Conflated last year in the Irish Gold Cup. When he sat in behind Froden and he kicked from the back and done them off a toe and they never catched him. He had to kick 100 yards earlier, he probably would have been caught. And 100 yards later, he mightn't have got away. So I think that just showed that he was still at the top of his game at the very end.
Yeah, I agree. Good comment there as well. Seeing as I don't like Frankie Dettori.
No. This is a jump show.
Class way to go, Davey. Unlike, I won't say the word. Unlike Frankie Dettori, he is going to make the whole flat season of next year be about Frankie Dettori, whereas the Jumps lads just
say it.
Talk out. Wanky Dettori. What's ringing?
Sean, answer the phone, by will you?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry. That's the door.
Yeah, Frankie.
And he's had a few moments as well, lads. He's had a few character moments. I was looking through on Twitter today when he called out on the Nick Luck show, the Bruce Milne and a couple of others.
He wouldn't see that one.
I was watching it live when he does.
Yeah, see that one.
I'm not talking to you. I'd rather talk to Nick all day long. You can write what you want in your paper.
Yeah. I'll talk to Nick all day long, but yeah.
And then there's a video of him doing a Cheltenham preview, and he rings up one of the girls on the course looking to see if it's raining outside.
Yeah.
He's an absolute
or
madman.
When I don't know what race it is, but all the young lads are there. You're not in a fucking point now.
Yeah.
I'm walking in anyway.
I'm walking in. I don't know about them. Not a fucking point you're in anymore.
But yeah, he's going to give the young lads a shot. He was saying that in his interview. Sam Ewing is there too with Jordan Gainford, so they'll get more opportunities. Gordon has plenty of horses. Tom, will you miss Davey?
Yeah, I think as you were saying, the golden generation there. He's one of those, and I wouldn't want to say last, but he's one of those proper horsemen. Yeah, the Ruby Walshes, the Paul Carberrys come out to mind, and like Paul Carberry now is show jumping, and I get the impression the likes of Ruby Walsh and Davey Russell, Paul Carberry and JT McNamara and those lads, they could have excelled in any horse discipline. They're just horsemen. And we bring up some lads these days and they're proper just jockeys. They're built to be jockeys. But these lads are proper horsemen. Yeah, definitely. Look, he's going to be a loss, isn't he? It is a surprise. I thought it would happen at the end of the season, based on Gordon Elliott's comments on his stable tour a week or so ago, when he was saying he's leaning towards Jack now because Jack is the future, and Davy's not going to be around too often. I was just having a look at the stats there. In the 1920 season, Davy had 284 rides. Jack had 161. The following season, then Davy was injured, so that's unfair to count. But then 21-22, Jack Kennedy had 203 rides. Davey Russell had 194, and then this season, Jack has had 265 rides. Davy's had 120, and don't get me wrong, they're riding at very similar strike rates. Last season, Davy actually had a better strike rate than Jack. So I think when you combine everything together, I think it's probably the right time. And as you were saying there, guys, about giving the younger lads like Jordan Gainford looks a proper talent. Sam Ewing, it was hard enough for Sam because he lost some of his claim before he went jumping. But he really is coming into his own now. The more experience he gets, the better. And he's really coming into things. And then you've got the likes of Dennis O'Regan, who's still there for the Gordon Elliott team as well. So I don't think Gordon, if there's one thing Gordon definitely isn't struggling for, it's jockeys. He's got an array of talent there. But yeah, sad to see Davy go. He never minded speaking his mind, did he? I thought he was very good at that. That Cheltenham previews that you were on about, Sean, is just one of the all-time great videos, and him putting Bruce Millens down is great. I'm sure he wouldn't want to be reminded that the RTE primetime interview that he did last year after the Gordon thing, probably that'll live long in my memory anyway. I'm sure he'd want to forget it though. But yeah, no, crass jockey, and seems to have been a really nice guy off the race course as well. So yeah,
there's a good comment there. Now that all the golden generation are gone, who would you say is the top 5 jockeys riding at the moment? Andrew, go quick.
Paul.
1.
Rachel.
2.
No, Paul, Jack, Rachel. Jesus.
No, he's not riding.
Paul, Jack, Rachel. Who else is that?
They can be in England, like.
I know that. I'm aware of that. Oh, yeah. Paul, Jack, Rachel, Sean Bowen, Johnny Burke.
Okay, Sean.
I'd say Paul, Jack, Rachel over here. I really like Charlie Deutsch, and probably Sean Bowen.
Tom.
Yeah, there's actually more of them when you actually think about it like this.
5, Tom.
He's going to go through the background,
5,
where
Tom.
they're from, who their father is, how they got into racing.
See the way I said to Andrew, quick, and then Sean was ready. 5, Tom, go.
Rachel, she's class. Jack, Paul, Harry Cobden, and Sean Bowen. I think Harry Cobden's class as well. Very underestimated.
I think
he's unbelievable over a fence.
Sean Bowen is massively underrated, I think.
Paul, Rachel, Jack, Harry Cobden, Charlie Deutsch.
There's no one I'd throw in from over here, actually. Danny Mullins is...
Yeah, Danny from the front.
Underrated.
No change. I want Danny in my top 4.
No change. That's good.
Danny is very good.
That's good. Enjoyed that.
What
anyway,
there actually is a lot of good jockeys around, lads.
Paul, Jack, Rachel, Danny, Sean Bowen. Top 5. Until I think of someone else.
Yeah, so you're just going to keep changing your mind.
Top 5 overrated.
No. Right?
Nico Stonehands.
Oh, Lord.
Right, go on. Top 5, go on. I like this. Top 5 overrated or top 5 bad?
Bad. Not bad, but look, it's hard enough to ride a horse. Nico.
Okay, 1.
Oh, I like Hayden Combs as well. Would he make me top 5?
Will you? This is not top 5.
You go, come back to me.
Sean.
Definitely Nico. Mark Walsh being there.
Who? You broke up there.
Oh, sorry, Mark Walsh.
Yeah, before we go on, my internet is acting up today, so if I cut in out, all I can do is apologize.
Go start again, Sean. I went Nico de Boinville number 1, Mark Walsh number 2. Who else was out there? Brian Hughes. I'm not a big fan of Brian Hughes now. And I'm stuck now. Give me 2 more. Give me a minute. I don't know. Leave me with 3.
It is.
It never works that way.
What's your 3 again?
I didn't hear it.
Tom, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. I can't hear those 2.
So yeah, so it's them.
I don't know what the 2 of them are doing. Looking around like they don't know what's going on, basically. Oh, we're back. Are we? You there, lads?
No. Tom, have you got 5?
5. What? Worst jockeys?
Yeah.
I'm not getting drawn into that. I'm not getting drawn into that.
Dave set me up
there. Don't worry. And a few of my closer mates would know there's some jockeys I really don't like.
I know Dave really wants to say someone, but unfortunately we don't have at the moment.
We're back.
Yeah.
Go on, give us your three again, because Andrew's fucking internet. Here's the joke.
The first time ever has been a joke. Hold up now, you.
Go on, Sean.
So the fellas. Don't you start.
Hang on, lads. The crackle on the end is really, really loud.
Now?
Yeah.
Crackle.
It's because of the internet.
And it's double playing back as well. You live in a major city. How is your internet?
If you keep talking about that for 2 minutes, I'll back in a second.
Okay. Jesus, I don't know what goes on. I live literally in the countryside. I'm surrounded by farms, and he lives in a city centre, and I don't know how his internet is that bad. As Luke says, you filming on Mars today. Yeah.
Probably not too far.
Yeah, somebody says there, Jacob de Bonville, skeleton frost stews. So all English babies.
No Irish jockeys in there, Tom. We're not the only Irish boys here.
Someone else says David Maxwell, pure shite. I suppose he's not a real jockey. You can't be taking swings at David Maxwell.
Yeah, what a man. I respect him so much. He puts all the money in and he deserves to do what he wants.
Exactly. Someone else just randomly says out of nowhere, honeysuckle backers should shut up.
You should shut up.
Can you hear us now?
It's still the same, lads.
Fuck me.
Can you unplug the mics maybe and use the computer sound? Nah, they're just gone.
Or the power button, Tom.
Or the power button. The power button works well. I'm going to get one in, and I'm going to get in. What we'll give Sean is a horse that impressed us.
How about now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Fix
I've
this.
just committed to this, so we've got to carry on with it for a second. Is a horse that impressed us over the last 2 days, because I don't know about you, but I watched all the racing today because
you realise that's what we're here to talk about.
We're talking about all that.
Exactly. Okay. Well, fire ahead then. You start as you want.
No,
I still want to hear Sean's.
I still want to hear Sean's three jockeys that are not good.
We gave Nico the Moyville.
Okay.
We gave Mark Walsh.
Okay.
And he's not the worst now, but I wouldn't have him as highly rated as people do. Is Brian Hughes.
Tom, did you say anybody?
I said I'm not getting drawn into this.
Get drawn into this. Sitting on the fence.
Say it like you just won't come out and say it.
Someone said we can't put David Maxwell into it. He's not professional.
David Maxwell is terrible.
We did say that. We can't take swings at David Maxwell on that list.
He's terrible.
Go on, Dave. Let's hear your three. I'm really interested.
Because I need more time to figure it out. But Darryl Jacob is one of them. Mark Walsh is one of them.
Nico, Darryl Jacob, but Brian Hughes as well, I agree with.
Champion jockey in the UK.
Who else? I don't know. Move on.
Heskin.
That's one of the better names he's come up with, actually. In fairness, that chap.
Full crap, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you're getting
anyway.
Keep going.
We will kick on and talk about the racing that we've seen over the last, today mostly. Tom might want to talk about yesterday as well, as he was saying. There was some good racing at Thurles, but we're focusing on Punchestown, touching a couple of races, and we will start, we may as well, with the Grade 1 and the return of Gallopin Des Champs. Hallelujah. And an easy 13-length beating, and made Fakir, who is actually a decent enough horse at his level, it was his trip. He made him look very slow. I know what I think of the performance anyway. I said it at the back end of last year. I think this chap has the potential to be the actual superstar that we've been looking for 3 miles over fences and in the mould. I said it again today. I don't mind saying it. In the mould of Cotto and Denman.
Robin mine. I said that.
Where you will be watching him for maybe 2 or 3 years win races over 3 miles and not win 1 or 2 and fall away like has been done over the last few years. I think he's the world at his feet. He just looks unbelievable. I was very impressed. I know people give him out about the price for Cheltenham, but it is the way it is with all anti-post betting at the moment. At least I was going for the race because it was said it again today.
Mm-hmm.
They're obviously going slow with him.
Were you
maybe
concerned he was
step
going
up.
to go for the Ryanair before they said it today, Dave? Or?
Never.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The way you said that.
No, I said earlier. I mean, it's not often you get Gold Cup horses, so I think if you have one, you send him to the Gold Cup. You send a horse to the Ryanair if he doesn't stay 3 miles, in my opinion, or you're worried he won't stay 3 miles.
Like the thing we learned today is he can drop the bridle, he can sit him behind, and he can pop away.
That's what I was gonna come to you first, because you've loved the horse since he won the Martin Pipe a couple of years back, and a lot of people were saying last year he's a one-trick pony and he has to bomb out in front. I didn't see it like that. I think Sean will agree. I thought he's just better than the horses that he was going against last year, and sure, why not make your own running? But he sat in behind today. I'd say we're happy to see it.
Happy to see him. Look, he made Fakadula really look like a very average horse. Like he's a Grade 1 winner. Alho's the only horses after really doing that to him before. Settled lovely, jumped lovely, and when Paul wanted him to go forward, he went forward and he put the race to bed in a matter of strides. I've no doubt in my mind 3 mile 2 will be not a problem to him. I think I'm going to compare him to, like you said, Quarter Star, which I did before as well. In the way of, I think he's one of the only horses now that if you drop him down to 2 miles, he'll win a Grade 1. If you have him at that, he's at to win a Grade 1. That if you bring him 3 miles, he'll win a Grade 1. I think he's that good. I think he's that far ahead of everything. He's only 6 going 7. He's going to improve again. I think this could be the closest thing we will see to Quarter Star in a long, long time.
Yeah, like the comparison, I suppose people might give out about it, but it's the fact that he will be able to win.
He has everything. He
win
has
Grade
speed,
1s over
stamina.
multiple trips.
You can put him practically anywhere in the races if you want it. Settles, jumps unbelievably well, goes right-handed, goes left-handed.
Yeah.
Look, he fell at Cheltenham, obviously, and I think for novices, it's never a bad thing from the fall because they learn from their falls. 2-1 for the Gold Cup, I actually don't think it's that bad.
And the reason I compare him to the 2 boys from years ago is because it has been a very long time since we've seen a horse like that looks like he has, and you think, right, he's 6 now. You could see this horse for the next 4 years, 3 years anyway, like dominating 3 mile division, because we've seen great horses over the years. Like Size and John was good, but it was for 1 season, and there's been other horses and they have 1 season or just 1 or 2 races. I reckon this chap will be campaigned aggressively enough. We might see him at Dublin Racing Festival, see him at Cheltenham. He'll probably come back to Punchestown. So it looks the real deal. Tom, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought he was good today. I definitely had question marks over him last year with a Gold Cup in mind, and rightfully so. The way he raced last year, he was far too keen. And he was jumping like he was trying to jump over the moon and back down to earth in some of the fences he was jumping for no reason. Also, Dave, me and you were talking about form today. The form of last year isn't very good. It's bang average, I think, novice form. The way he was doing it was mightily impressive, but he wasn't doing it like a Gold Cup winner, jumps and travels. And I can't remember if it was Willie or Paul said today that he's grown up. It's like he's grown up. And that exactly, for me, was what it was like. He grew up. He jumped when he was right. He just jumped them properly. He didn't sky them. I think he skied one of them early on, and then he didn't do it again, even when he was right at them. He quickened up. He's got that turn of foot. He looks like his stay as well, and he dropped the bridle. So, you know, I think this was a kind of a coming of age performance for him. And if he races like that, then he's got every chance to stay in 3 mile 2. And in a Gold Cup with some question marks, I think he's obviously rightfully favourite now after that. I would just say on the form, Fakir didn't jump a twig. So I don't think I don't think he ran up to his level. He's only beaten Lifetime Ambition by a length and a bit. So I don't think the form is very good. But for me, that's not what I was interested about. I think we know this horse has got an engine, but I wanted to see him race properly like a Gold Cup horse, and he did that. That was way more what it was about for me. I think we know this horse has got a lot of ability. It was just if he could do things properly, and he did. And I agree with Andrew there. I was expecting crazy short prices. And maybe they're taking it that it's a John Durkin, it's 2 mile 4, it's Punchestown. But he went from 5 to 2 into you can back him at 2 to 1 in multiple places. That's not an overreaction in my book. Now, look, would I back him at 2 to 1? No, I wouldn't. It's a bloody Gold Cup. It's still 3-4 months away. I'm not interested in backing a horse at 2 to 1 for a Gold Cup right now, but I did think we could be looking at 5 to 4 when I saw him do that, to be honest. Because for me, that was a really, really good performance.
Sean, happy?
Yeah, I was very happy today. Like Tom, the number one for me today was he dropped the bridle and he wasn't pulling. He settled very nicely in behind. He jumped well, like Tom said, and when he asked him for 3 and 4 out, that's when we seen the real class. He got right up beside Lifetime Ambition after 3 and 4 out, and the race was over, going down to the second last. Me personally, I've never had it there. I think he'll stay. No, since his Punchestown run at the novices when he went 3 miles there, he never looked like stopping. From day one, from Leopardstown last year when he made his start, he was just wow the whole way. He's make the comparison to Cotto. I really do think he could drop this fella down to 2 miles and up as far as the Gold Cup. I think he's really good, and I'm dead excited to see him. And as the lad said, 2 to 1 the Gold Cup probably isn't the worst price in the world nowadays with the markets.
If he was 2 to 1 in the day, I'd properly be getting stuck in.
Yeah.
Like the whole question about the trip that's going on, I never got it. Like he won a 3 mile hurdle, putting an absolute car, taking nearly every hurdle with him. Never bothered me in the slightest doubt. And people can say, "Oh, that's 3 miles over hurdles." 3 miles is goddamn 3 miles.
Yeah, but you can't do that in a Gold Cup. That's the problem. You can't run through every fence and pull like a steam train and win a Gold Cup. It just doesn't. It doesn't happen.
I know people are very worried.
He doesn't plow through fences.
No, he doesn't. But that's why the question marks were there, because of the way he raced. But today he raced perfectly. Yeah,
I know Dave said that.
No matter what,
people thought he was keen as a novice. I just think he was that level too good, and he wanted to go that step quicker. And why make things awkward and put things in your way when he can go out in front and just run the show?
Like I think himself and Constitution Hill are more or less good things.
Yeah.
If they get
yeah,
around.
look, you're always going to have people will, pick out horses and give reasons why they'll beat him and stuff. And people have been mentioned Aplutard. Aplutard has ran at 4 festivals now. It'll be his 5th, I think, and his 3rd Gold Cup. I can't see it even after the last run. People have mentioned Lahome Presse. I'm his biggest fan, but he ain't beating Galopin Des Champs if both of them turn up as basically the same as they are today. There's just not even a hope for Lahome Presse. I can see him being placed, no hassle, even on soft ground. But no, I don't see it, to be honest. And someone said, Tom and Dave, would you ever consider a hair transplant? No, I would not. I prefer losing my money on horses. Don't want to buy any fake hair.
You'd look weird with hair.
There's another.
And I'm married, so no, I'm okay.
I shaved my head when I was 25 and I realized I was going bald, and I'm 35 now and I'm quite happy there's no hair there, and that's the end of that.
Good decision.
So Dave Sheehan, thanks for your question, but no.
Someone after shaved their chest for you.
I have a hairy chest as well. I could do that myself if I needed to do that, but no.
Anyway.
Not going there.
Anyway. On to Sean's love child.
No, I was going to go to him last.
Oh, lovely.
We had a decent mares race today, and we had another one yesterday. And all the form is flowing back to a horse that Tom put up, Antipost, and I think it's looking like one of the better Antipost bets of all the bets we put up.
I'm going to be controversial here.
Tom's.
I'm going to be very controversial here.
Tom's best one by far. I know Sean
thinks my best one by far. Definitely my best one.
I know Sean thinks Nikini might turn around that form if they met again. I know Andrew thinks C'est La Vie might turn around that form if they met again. But the key is that race at Down Royal is a very strong piece of form. Gordon's mare yesterday. Andrew just tried to kill me. You couldn't fucking get that. I just like to point out. I just like to point out that I have a heart issue, and that is nothing for it. That was really, really fucking scared me.
Good Lord.
Anyway, the
Now,
dog,
just to put it out there, and he watches the show. I didn't make that.
the
My
dog,
father made that.
the dog's after shitting himself here and everything. It's just all gone off.
I'll just hold it here for the rest of the show.
But
It's been a nightmare show.
yeah,
Somebody says so
internet problems.
professional as always. You've had to go off 3 times because your
So
mics won't
professional,
work.
right.
The things are falling down in the background. Too many beers.
Fancy studio again, boys. Lads. Too many beers coming from you.
Yeah.
You're probably still drunk.
Anyway, we'll get back to the race.
I'm
Sail V won today. The race yesterday, Gordon's mare won, and the Model Kingdom was third, I think, but she's probably the second best horse in the race. She has won since. Form is very strong for Magical Zoe. The races have been decent the last couple of days and all the way through. So I know you think Sail V will turn around that form.
I do.
Happy?
I do, to be honest. If you go back and turn around the form, yeah, I would think so. But by much, probably not. I'll go back and watch the down ride race. I've watched it a few times. I watched it before today. I back Sail V today.
That scared the fucking life out of me.
I'm still gone.
I'm still not for that. I'm not the better for that.
At the start of the race, I think it was just after the first hurdle up and down Royal, she got pushed back to the back straight away. She got boxed in, not boxed in, squeezed back and everything else. Today I noticed Paul kept her wide, whether it'd be better ground or kept her away from horses. Was seen to be a different thing today. She looked the winner a long way out. She took her a while to get her going now, but she picked up well. She kept going well. I think she's a very good horse. Her win at Gorham Park really took my eye. I think that is a really good race at Down Royal. I think you can get three or four out of that race will be playing a part in the Mayor's Novice. It's not knocking Magical Zoe by any stretch of the imagination. She'll obviously come on again for that. I think they'll be a lot closer if they raced again. I think Sail V might have a bit more left up her sleeve. But look, it was a good race. The favourite was very disappointing considering what she'd done the last time. And for all these Rolex clock watchers, I said, time never lies. Time never lies. She won that last race in an unbelievable time, and then her wheels were spinning today. I found it a very strange ride to give her. If you went off, noise living daylights out of you when they have a front runner where they go off and they just let roll, and they didn't do it today. But yeah, I'd probably get a favourite and another chance, but I say Olivia, I think she has a bit more left up her sleeve.
Sean, I know you like Nikini. Gordon's mare is pretty good as well. Liberty Dance, she was 6th and then has won 2 since. So
it's not so much like Nikini. I just think if that race was run again, you might just get another result. And Nikini was giving up £4 that day, and I would imagine Astro Diamond's a bit ahead of Nikini. And if I'm talking Magical Zoe's up there in the betting for the Mayor's Novice Hurdle, I'd just be a little bit worried that she's going to go there straight now with no more runs. But today, Sail V, as Andrew said, I think she was kept out on the better ground out wide. I think it was a good ride by Paul, and you could pick her out a long way. She did take a little bit to get going, but she won it quite easily in the end. So, will she be playing a part in the Mayor's Novice Hurdle? She's 25-1. I doubt it.
Tom, you must be happy with your Magical Zoe bet. I know Sean saying she more than likely is not going to run till she gets there, but it's probably going to be of the case that you might still get a decent price on the day for her because she might be forgotten about, having run all the way back in Down Royal. You will obviously have been on at bigger prices, but she will look a good bet going by the strength of that race.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't heard that now, and I wouldn't be privy to any information anyway. But I hadn't heard that she was going straight there. I'd imagine she's one of those that I would have given at least one more run because I think she needs the experience. So yeah, I'd have definitely given her another run if I was training her. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I do think you're right, lads. We would have got a different result if we ran that Down Royal race back. I think Magical Zoe would have won by 5 to 10 lengths and not 1 length. So that's the only way that result would have changed.
No. Everyone's on
False
everyone's
news.
different horse. I like Magical Zoe, but I think Gordon's mare is very good. The fact that she turned the form around with Model Kingdom so easily. She looks very good.
She's a horse now. If she went to Cheltenham, you would not want to leave her on her own because she goes to go gallop and then she kicks.
Yeah, no, some good horses, good race. And as Andrew has mentioned, we're going to touch on Appreciated. Sean's love child horse. He loves Appreciated, and he put him up as an anti-post bet earlier on in the year. We've seen today that he was alive and well. I don't particularly like the jump at the last, but it was an easy enough win. The standard of the horsey bit is not great. Top Bandits, no superstar, but you can only do what you can do. Same as Gallopin earlier in the day. He won by 7 lengths. They're talking about going to Dublin Racing Festival, so you probably know more then. Willie has maybe 4 or 5 more to come out, all different trips, 2 mile, 4, 2 miles. But your bet is still going anyway, Sean. That's the main thing.
Yeah, we're still alive, even though many doubters thought he'd be going up and trip. He was slow. He had no pace. He couldn't go 2 miles. But he was
3 miles. I could have went 2 miles around there today.
Well, listen, there was no record setting pace around there. I thought he jumped well. Like Dave said, he did go to the last, but I like the way he put in the extra stride, and he didn't take off the stride before and land in. I think he never looked like falling. Anyways, down the back, he pinged them all down the back, and he put in an extra stride as well. I think it was at the 5th. But other than that, I wouldn't crab him for much. I think he showed today, for everyone who thinks this fella hasn't got gears, he was doing not a tap in front. And I think from off the bend, they just sprinted over the last 2, and he was back on the bridle after the last. I really liked it. I just think going forward for the Arkle, I just have my worries about John Bond. I just think the crowd at Cheltenham, and if something else goes on to take him on, I could see him being vulnerable and appreciate being able to sit off the pace and put a tag on his back. I think you'll see the real him when they go gallop the next day in a Grade 1. And Willie made the comment today that the rest have to get up to him. So, but it looks like he could be number 1 Arkle horse. So I'm happy with my bet at 10-1 anyways.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't be trusting what Willie Mullins is saying, and if he was watching the show, like that's no, I'm not giving out about the man or anything because he's a genius. But Alfa Biolo was the best jumper 2 weeks ago. Appreciated is now last week on the road to Cheltenham, which is a really good show. Ruby said Sir Gerhard's the best of the 5 of them, so I wouldn't be trusting anything them lads are saying. I'd say if you just like one of the horses, stick to him, do your anti-post bet, and hope for the best. Tom, Appreciated. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was very good. As Paul said, they didn't really go much of a gallop, did they? And they just quickened up down the straight then. I thought he was clever at the last. I think he was good throughout, and I think he'll learn more as he races in a better class of race and they go more of a gallop. Some people were on about him taking on John Bond next. I just can't see that. I can't see that happening. I don't really know why they would do that. So I don't think that'll happen. I'm just reading Willie's comments, and he said he's an Arkle type, and we have other horses to come out over the next few days. I don't know if they're as good as him, but we'll give them the opportunity. So that to me sounds like he's leaning Arkle, doesn't it? And maybe even sounds like he's number 1 for the Arkle from Willie's team. I wouldn't have been sure. I thought watching it, this lad's guaranteed to go up and trip now, just because he looked in trouble for a second when they quickened. And there was about 3 strides. I said, "Oh, he's going to have to quicken up here," and he did quicken up, and he quickened up well. And I said that's definitely going to be him going up and trip because he's going to get it in his head now that he got done for a little bit of tone. He stayed on. I actually think he'd be a nice horse in the Arkle because if you go a crazy gallop, which they normally do, he'll stay galloping all the way to the line. Because I don't think there's any doubt that he stays more than 2 miles. I think he definitely does stay 2.5. So classic Willie Mullins scenario, embarrassment of riches, and it's going to come down to who's fit on the day, who is going to go where, who's done what before. You know, you look at it, you got Appreciated, El Fabiolo, Sir Gerhard, Flame Bearer, Dicer, Dynamo. Like, there's 5 horses there. He's going to run 2, and if all 5 of them turn up which I guarantee you they won't. I guarantee there's at least one that won't turn up. He'll run 3 in one and 2 in the other. So we'll see what happens closer to the time. I think. What are we laughing at, Damien? Tom has a lot of chats of himself. Lol. I do. Someone's got to talk to me. Nobody has talked to me, so that's why I talk to myself.
It's good that someone else has noticed the Damien. We'll just sit here and shut the fuck up for a little while Tom chats away there.
Probably why if he jumped in, I'd answer you like that.
But Crazy Horse said smoke and mirrors, lads. I agree. I couldn't choose any of them at the moment as to where they're going to go. You just don't know.
Likes to this now. We flame bird on tomorrow
at 2 mile 4, and then he'll probably end up in the Arkle.
He'll drop back to the Arkle. He's an Arkle horse. You have El Fabiola running on Wednesday. Can't have appreciate 8 go 9 running into an Arkle. You can keep him.
I reckon Sir Gerhard will run. I reckon Sir Gerhard will run over Christmas at some stage.
He does not strike me as an Arkle horse whatsoever. To me, you step him up and trip. Happy days. There you go.
But Andrew, as they go off a gallop in the Arkle, do you not think it's just going to fall into his hands?
No, because I'll tell you why, you know.
To be fair, now, Andrew, you were wrong about Facile Vega. You said he's a Ballymore horse.
I done that to annoy the living daylights out of you in the work.
He's doing this to annoy me as well.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Matt Crapman.
So when Jambon gets taken on at the front, and it's going to be like Petit Mouchoir and Saint Calvados, and Footpad just sits in behind, I think.
No, this is why I say he's really big, right? I can't wait to see when he goes in a proper 2 mile race.
He's
and
when he Supremes.
Can you shut up when I talk?
You're getting a wrath of the boss now, Sean. Yeah. Welcome to the crew.
Where was I? Right. He started going fast between the second last and last. And what happened when Paul asked him for a one? He put an extra one. He went, oh shit, what do I do? Can you imagine now if he goes against the likes of Jambon and all them and they're going to lickety split pace around Cheltenham? You make one niggly mistake, you're on the back foot straight away. Does not strike me as a horse is going to pick up like that.
I put it to you though, you just have a hard on for Jambon.
No, I'm not talking about anyone.
No, because you keep mentioning Jambon all the time.
This is the favourites.
Yeah, but you're going to...
If they ran over Christmas,
wonder Andrew likes him.
Against each other, who wins?
You think Jambon is going to win it? Am I correct?
Yeah.
So you're looking at it from that point of view. You like Jambon has it won already.
No, but what has Appreciated done today that makes you think he's going to worry Jambon?
What has Jambon
done?
I'm going to take it. No, hold up now, Mr. Time Man. I'm going to take a little page out of your book. Jambon was 1 second or 2 seconds off the Tingle Creek time, right? And he picked up and he went faster. Correct me if I'm wrong now, there, Mr. Times. From 3 hours to the line, he was quicker. Am I right?
Yeah.
You just guarantee you appreciate that he couldn't do that. And the only way he will do that is over 2 mile 4. He runs in the turners. I'll be very interested.
Nah, I think you'll see the best of
him win an Arkle.
So if they go and lickety split
he's the wrong. For the love of God, you're a stats man. He's the wrong goddamn age.
Yeah, well, I don't think Appreciate will win the Arkle. There's so many horses that Willie Mullins has. I'm just saying, you just keep saying you're basing
as of what we see now, Jambon is the winner.
But you think he's going to win 100%.
As of what we have seen right now, nothing gets close to him unless Sir Gerhard comes out.
It was not till March.
If Sir Gerhard comes out and drops down to 2 miles, I'd be worried.
How worried?
Depends how good he is.
On a scale of 1 to 10, would it be 10 worried or 1?
It depends how good he is. If
you're not answering the question, you're worse than a politician.
Answer me. Ask me after this first chase.
No.
Well then.
Tell me now who's going to win the Arkle.
Right now, of what?
Tell me now who is going to win the Arkle.
As of what we've seen right now, Jambon.
Stop saying what we've seen right now. Who's going to win the Arkle?
As for what we've seen right now, Tom, I'm coming. Tom,
he's got a fucking ball out of his arse.
Tom, I have a question for you. If the Arkle was tomorrow, right? Jambon 6 to 5.
No, this is all you're all throwing hypothetical questions out here.
That's what
he ran and this fella ran and this. So they're not running right now. We haven't seen half. They could be dead and close up somewhere for all we know. Ruby, what said last week that Fernie Hollow was grand? Not even 24 hours later, he was dead.
That was brilliant.
R.I.P. My favorite horse. Goodbye. God bless. Never see you again.
But then, like, you have, I'd have Flame Bear.
You're digging
Or
yourself
El
holes here now.
Fabiolo.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
I'd have him
Lord.
overappreciate in an Arkle. We're talking of
Oh,
solely Arkle here. I can't have him win an Arkle.
Tom, I have a question for you, right? If the Argo was tomorrow and Jambon was 6-5 and Appreciate was 5-1, who are you backing?
I appreciate all day long at the 5s. Yeah,
See this, because value pays bills.
I have a funny feeling. Like, I actually don't think
does,
Appreciated
it
will
literally does.
will win the Arkle. That's fair enough. I think he's too old.
We're frozen.
Are we gone
I
again?
think we're gone again.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
froze.
we're on
We
there.
can hear you.
Definitely hear you. Sean's trying to unplug you somehow,
wish.
but we can definitely hear you.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
At least if the thing falls off the fucking wall again, we can't get scared.
We're back.
But I don't think Appreciated will win the Arkle. I think age is against them. But I also wouldn't be so sure of John Bon. I really don't. I wouldn't know.
But what has he not done that's not impressed you?
The okay?
He's done everything he's asked.
John Bon is
And
grand.
he's-
Like.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Never liked him,
I think everything he's done, but look at him last year at
It's
Cheltenham.
because in your head he's still that pacemaker.
No, he's grand, like, but that's all he is to me. He's grand, like.
Yeah, he's good.
He's beaten.
He's the best of what's
He's
around
beat-
so far.
He's beaten now. All right, to be honest, he's beaten Monmoral and Boat Hill, and I think Monmoral and Boat Hill wouldn't win a chaser on Tremor.
But then we go back
Give
to
it a rest, Dave. Jesus, they're good.
Tom Monmoral is fucking useless.
Monmoral is
It's not fucking.
He is useless, and he's running over the wrong trip anyway. He's a 3-miler. He's a big, slow, stupid joke.
He's a useless.
Lad.
He's terrible. Like.
Roll on the fourth
He's
stage.
terrible.
Cheltenham.
He's terrible. Every time he's running, Tom, you tip him. We're gonna have a match bet every time. And I'll be so
did not
drunk.
tip him the last day.
Yeah, well, you'll keep anytime he runs, you'll keep.
Do you
saying
think
he's gonna win.
Appreciate will win Arkle?
No, I would back the other Willie Mullins horse. Don't know which one it is, but I back the other one.
I'd have Flame Bear and El Fabiolo over him. I can't have a 9-year-old in an Arkle.
But
Oh,
it's here.
Oh,
Like,
oh, God.
I understand going forward. Listen, I understand going forward.
Anyway,
I'm all over him.
You're all over him.
Yeah, literally.
My internet is all over the place. I'm going to strangle people in Sky tomorrow. I swear to Jesus, I'm going to strangle people in Sky.
are we
We're
back?
back?
Yeah.
Lad, you're not going anywhere.
No.
We can hear you the whole time.
We're not. Two boys are. Two boys might
Yeah,
do the
yes,
sign
yeah.
off or something.
Just on the last one in the Arkle is Dicer at Dynamo.
Oh, they can hear us. Oh, but the
Oh,
video's
Jesus,
gone.
Tom.
So we keep talking.
We can still see you as well. Yeah, this could get funny, Sean. This could get very funny. This happened in
Wonder
my
if I put him on
work the
video.
other day on a call, and the guy had gone, and we started taking a piss about his frozen face, and he's like, "I can still hear you. Yeah. Same's going on here. Look at the two.
Yeah. I think they just admitted that Appreciate is going to win the Argo, so I think that's
Fantastic
what it was.
story.
I think they've come to that realization now. The team.
Yeah.
No, we did not. Don't you be absolutely naive, young man.
Anyway,
Mother of
They're
God.
pretending it's frozen.
What price?
They've gone off
No,
the back.
no,
Dicer
no,
Dynamo
no,
for the
no,
Arkle.
no.
Zip it. I'm going to do. Zip it.
I'm taking control of this because the fucking internet keeps cutting out, and I need to finish the show
What price?
properly.
5-1.
5-1.
And yeah.
Don't think the bookies are even impressed, are they?
We're back
Yeah,
on
they do.
Thursday, and we will have proper.
Do it. They can hear you anyway. Do it. Do it.
Go on, go
We can
ahead.
hear you. Hang on, we haven't even spoken about the bumper
Come on,
horse yet.
We're not
We're
talking
not
about
talking
the
about that
bumper
bumper
horse.
horse. Will you stop?
You can talk
They
about him the
think
next
he's
day. We're not
shy.
talking about him today.
Why think he's very good? They don't like him because he's trained by Henry.
Well-
That's the short and narrow.
Get him on
of it.
mute.
Put him on mute. Okay.
Now,
Wait.
see.
Anyway, we're back Thursday. We have our Christmas preview. We'll be live again, yes?
Oh God, the boys. We will be.
We'll be live again. The
We'll be in
internet,
your house.
the internet will be sorted. We'll have it sorted. We'll be somewhere where it works anyway.
We were going to do an anti-post video now, but I'm very skeptical about the internet.
Anything else that needs discussing, we'll talk over. It's probably going to be a long show on Thursday. A lot of races to talk through. It'll be the graded races mostly, but obviously so much racing over Christmas. We have an anti-post video coming out as well. Sean owes us a second selection. If he doesn't have it ready, he can do that the next time to catch
We'll
up.
do it the
Sean,
next time after Christmas.
Sean jumped in kind of after the start of the season. We'll be all up to date then, but we will do an anti-post video this week at some stage, if it's not today, before the Christmas racing. And then on Monday, yes, you said Monday.
Monday week.
Monday week, after all the Christmas racing, we will do a review show. So, see, Tom,
He doesn't listen.
Tom was getting very
Second
worried
time,
that he was going
second
to have
of
to do it on Stephen's Day.
Fucking Stephen's Day. I'm going to Leopardstown Stephen's Day. Lads.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later. Oh.